Welcome to my channel. We will talk about engineering simulation and finite element method on the simulation, also simulation with finite volume method. We'll also talk about numerical simulation in general, and also about mechanical engineering. Today I will show you how to install Code Aster from scratch. It's a program for finite element method application. So for that, we can go on the website where we can find the source code, Code Aster source code. So that leads us to the website where we can find the repository where we can find the source code. Select every repository with a main branch where the development is ongoing. We also have a stable version, the latest one being the version 16. We also have tags. The tags are frozen version, which are working, and we will use the latest frozen version. So we have some information how to install the code, some instruction how to install, how to compile and install the code. So we go on the link compiling Code Aster from scratch, because that's what we want to do. And yeah, it's a website where we can find instruction, compilation instruction, and we will need prerequisite before installing Code Aster. And these prerequisites are programs which can be installed along Code Aster itself. So for the prerequisite, we have also instruction how to install this prerequisite. You can go on the website build prerequisite Debian 11. We have to check our system if it's ready for any kind of installation. For that, we have to install some labs or headers. We have instruction. We simply copy this instruction the command window where we can download and install them. App is the package manager under Debian on Ubuntu. If you have another Linux OS, please modify the instruction accordingly. So you can install them one by one, installing base system utilities with app. We also have installing compilers and some libraries, installing MPI runtime, Python and related packages. Also, we have some boost packages to install. You can simply copy this multi-line instruction in the command windows. So now the MPI runtime. In this case, we install OpenMPI. Also the Python and related packages, which are Python itself, SciPy and Cython, and the boost packages are also. Yes. So and then we change. These are instructions how to install, how to compile the prerequisite. But before that, we have to create the main folder where we can install the permissions of this folder, the owner and permissions, and yeah. We change now the permission, the owner and the permissions of the installation folder. So right now we need the code itself, the prerequisite code itself. We go under change log of singularities, images, and prerequisites, and then because we want to install Code Aster version 17, we take the prerequisite 2024-0327. So yeah, now we need the instruction for the compilation. To compile the prerequisite, we downloaded it and unpack it. Now we can compile it. We copy the instruction for it, which is write make roots with installation folder arch with some option, compilation option, and restricted for the source code, for only source code to be compiled. And we see now the beginning of the compilation by checking the system if the requirements are met and everything okay. Now the configuration, we configure the and let's go for the compilation. After a while, we encounter the first compilation error, which is about namings problems. These packages and site packages will encounter this problem very often. So it's about the med library, which cannot be found under site packages. The library itself is installed under this these packages, and a solution is to find this library, and a simple solution is to copy this folder and rename it accordingly. It's a good solution because we don't know if elsewhere in program the same library will be searched under both names. That's why it's a first good solution to keep both folder. So like I said, we will encounter this kind of problem very often, and this is a solution which we can quickly apply. and we see already we have 2 modules installed. So we launch the compilation again. So yes. So the next compilation error is about Cython. We need at least version 3, and yeah, we can simply update Cython and everything will be all right. There's an instruction for it. You can copy simply the instruction and install it. Now the last error is about Asron. Some file we cannot be found, the executable itself, the library path, and a hidden folder, Asron configuration. We simply go in the Asron folder. So this is the list of the prerequisites which are since been installed. We keep also a record of them for the installer. If you open Asron, the folder which cannot be found are all in local, in the folder local. You see the hidden folder Asron, the lib folder, and the executable folder. And you can simply copy them and paste in the main folder, Asron main folder, and relaunch the compilation. We also have the site package, which can of course solve by simply copy and rename it. Site packages. So yes, we can install Code Aster. So what we want to do is to clone the source. Cloning. We can clone the source and installation of Code Aster. So for that we have some instruction. We already have the installation folder. You can simply copy the instruction first. We change in the folder before cloning, because we want to have the source code in the installation folder. Then we can clone can clone it. Yes, so this is the source folder unpacked. So we need now to source the repository, the prerequisites. For that we use the profile file which you can see on the screen. It's the main folder of the prerequisites. So in my case, the commit MPI can source it, and then we can configure Code Aster before compilation. And here we go. So configure finished successfully. So as we can see, there are some modules which are not enabled, but they are not compulsory. Now we can compile the source code by typing make, and here we go. So installation finished successfully. So in my case, I needed 1 hour 15 minutes to complete the compilation, and yeah, that is Code Aster folder, the header files, the lib files, some settings files in share, and we also have the executable. So now we can launch the main window. For that we go in Asrun, and we can run ASTK, the main window of the application. Like you see, I've already free version on my system. So so I also have 2 additional files for a desktop launcher which you can create. So for the desktop launcher, and here we go. Now you can test the installation. I can try to run choose version 17.3 and run. So I have an error, and message Windows can show this error. Module not found error. No module name Asran. Likely the Asran module cannot be found. It's the same problem with naming problem. It's the same naming problem about the Python libraries. Yeah. So we can simply go in the Asran folder and copy and rename the folder, the these packages folder in site packages folder, like we already done. So now we can go in the source code AS and copy an example which we want to run. We have 3 files: a data file, a command file, and the mesh file. We can launch Code Aster. Servers, which are very important. We'll come back to all this later. Home directory, we have service directory. This is the Asran folder path, and some terminal which we want to use. We simply copy the path of the file. We need the base path. And then the files which we want to use. We want a com file, the command file. We also have a mmed file, which is a mesh file. And we want also a message file, a mesh file. So we simply have to point to the files, the absolute path of these files, the com file, the mesh file, mmed, the data file, .g, and the message file, mess. So we can save, can simply copy the absolute path of the folder and give a name. You can keep the same name. And this will produce 2 files, ASTK file and the profile file. And you can now run and see if everything is okay. Output, STK file and export file. and like we see, ended okay. We successfully installed Code Aster from scratch, and thank you for being here, and see you in the next video.